Hello there guys, I'm Rizzo Gaming and welcome to the first Ritzcast that I'm ever going to record. I felt like this was a good idea to do it now rather than later because I just don't know, it seems like something that people do nowadays. I'm here with my sister Sid, say hi.
Hey.
Because of quarantine, we've got to stay apart. We're social distancing, so quarantine's just spread like normal. Every near on every single one does. So what were you thinking about quarantine, by the way?
Um, it's kind of boring. I mean, you can't really go out or anything, and I don't know, it's just boring, really.
Well, do you know what we're doing for this podcast, or what we're doing for this Ritzcast, as I should call it?
Um, I think you're going to be asking questions, and then I'll be telling stories, and you'll reply to them.
Basically, what it'll be, I'll ask you questions and ask you stuff about things in your life that I don't really know. And then you're going
Yeah,
to tell me a story or an answer, and then I'll reply with my answer or my story, basically.
yeah.
And you need to be 100% honest, no matter what it is.
Okay.
The same as I will be. And if you feel like you have any questions, you can ask throughout. Okay?
Yeah.
Right, so first off, I wanted to know what your most embarrassing story is.
Okay, so, I don't know if you'd remember, because we were only young. Um, we were walking back from town with Mum, and as I walk slow, as you already know,
Mm.
um, I was walking beside someone, and I thought it was Mum, and I took hold of their hand. It turns out it was a man. Mum had to turn round and apologise to him for me, because I thought it was Mum.
I don't see how that's embarrassing.
It was embarrassing for me.
Okay.
It
Um,
didn't happen to you, so why would it be embarrassing to you?
oh no, I just thought just in my mind, it's not that embarrassing to me.
Okay.
Uh, I don't, my most embarrassing story I don't really want to tell, but I might as well. Basically, you weren't here when this happened. I was really young. Um, I was walking back from town, like Morrison's in Grantham, with Mum, and I needed to go to the toilet, and we were far away from Morrison's, not really far, but that far that we had enough
What
chance to go back.
What do you mean I was really young? Was I with Dad or was I in
You were probably
like
at
year
home with,
seven?
I think you were at home with Dad.
Oh right, okay.
You weren't in year 7.
Oh right, okay.
Basically, I needed the toilet, and I couldn't hold it in, so we had to go back to Morrison's, and before I got there, I ended up shitting myself.
Lovely.
I can't remember how old I was, but I know I was really young. I was definitely probably younger than 6, at least.
Yeah.
So that happened. Just, just wondering, what's going on with the YouTube channel? Are you ever bringing it back, or you leaving it now?
I'm not going to start a new YouTube channel and I'm not gonna really do a YouTube channel. Just I don't really feel like it, to be honest.
Well, I know you recently started up your TikTok.
Yeah,
Is that correct? Yeah.
yeah.
Go follow us on TikTok. Um, Let me just bring up TikTok on my phone right now, and I'll tell you our names to go follow. So, um, Right, I'm just loading it up now. Okay, so follow me at Ritzcast Gaming. There's my name there. When it loads, it's just a bright screen. Hold on. Oh, let me try and sort that out. Let me bring my brightness down a little bit, so it's not so bad. No, that's not showing up. It's at Ritzcast Gaming, no capitals at all, and no spaces. And then we'll go to my sister's Snapchat, so you can follow her.
Do you mean TikTok?
Yeah, her TikTok. It's C Ebert, at C Ebert, CEEBERT. I'll see if it will let me show this one. Maybe not. No, that one's not allowing it to show either. But yeah, that's her TikTok, so you go follow that. Yeah, that's the thing that people do now. If you have any questions, it's your turn. You can ask them. Just gonna basically go back and forth with this.
I don't really have any questions. Like, I haven't really thought about it. I mean, yeah, I haven't really thought about it that much.
Well, you should think about it a lot more. When I invited you to do the podcast, you should have been thinking of what to ask me, 'cause you should have known I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I've got one viewer at the minute, which I was thinking if they have any questions they can ask and we can answer for them. So I can tell you like the answer that they put.
Okay.
But so we'll just wait a few minutes and see if the person in the viewing, well, we'll see if the person viewing this wants to ask us a question that we can answer for them.
Oh,
We'll
is there
wait a
someone
few.
watching?
Yeah, I've got one viewer.
Okay.
It doesn't mean they're actually going to answer, but or ask a question, but they can if they want to. But we'll just give them a few minutes to ask if there's anything they don't know about us that they want to know. Uh, I don't know. Anything can happen. Um, so I'm trying to think because I sat out to do this podcast for 2 hours and I didn't really prepare for it. Obviously, I've never done a podcast before, so I wouldn't know how to prepare for this sort of thing.
Mm.
Um, I'm trying to think of what I could ask. What would you say is probably your most saddest story?
My most saddest story.
Oh, I remember, don't go into too much detail because we don't want YouTube to stop the video or anything because we don't
Yeah,
know.
you know my most saddest story.
Well,
Um,
I don't know it, but I.
I won't go into too much detail, but when I was 14, I had a best friend called Max. Um, he became my boyfriend after 2 months of talking, and then by 2015, we'd broken up for about a year. Um, because we broke up mutually because he figured out he was gay. Um, so we stayed best friends, and his mum blamed me, saying that I turned him gay. When he came out to his mum, she kicked him out, obviously, and then she started blaming me, saying that I turned him gay because at the time I thought I was bi. And she kicked him out, and it was winter, around December time, December, January time. I think it was just after Christmas. And on my birthday, 2016, he passed away, sadly. And it's been 4 years this year since he passed away. And it's his 22nd birthday next month. and since then I've never stopped, loving him and wanting him back. I want to tell him that I love him and that I miss him. And yeah, on my birthday and on his birthday, I'll drink for him. I don't drink, but I'll drink for him. Take one for the team, and yeah, that's basically it. That's my saddest story. I've lost my best friend because his mum was really, really homophobic.
Right. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna say I don't really have a sad story that I can talk about because I don't really know any. Not that happened to me anyway, or happened to someone near me or anything like that. But I can say we did get a comment from Codename Demon, which I think I know who that is.
I know who that is. I definitely know who that is.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, he asked me what made you start your YouTube channel. So you can answer this one as well because of your old YouTube channel, your most recent one. So
Mhm.
what made me start my YouTube channel was when I was in Grantham, I had 3 friends that I don't really see anymore. Kieran, Cody, and Tom. Basically, all 4 of us started a YouTube channel. Kieran started first, and he went to 22 subscribers within a week. Cody started his, and then did one video, and then he just stopped. He didn't really get any subscribers, and Tom did a few videos. He got up to just on nearly 20 subscribers, but then stopped, and Kieran stopped as well. Me, I started because of the inspiration from them, and then within 3 months I was up to 60 odd subscribers, and then after that, a few years later, I'm at where I am now, with 160 odd subscribers, which isn't a lot, but I'm trying to make it a lot higher in the world. What about you, Sid?
Um, I started my YouTube channel, inspiration from you, but I kind of stopped because I don't really feel like doing YouTube anymore. I I prefer to watch it than to put videos up because, I don't really like my voice on camera or on a recording, and I don't, really, I don't really see the point because I have no inspiration for any videos or anything, so I just kind of stopped and I don't do it anymore.
That's that is reasonable, I guess.
Instead of putting my voice and my face on YouTube, I'd rather put my voice and my face on TikTok. Except I don't put my voice on TikTok, I just put my face on TikTok.
Can
So,
I say one? Can I say 2 things?
yeah.
One, you don't watch my channel.
I did. I used to.
Yeah, but now you don't. And 2, I've reached 166 subs. That's what Codename Demon said. I've reached 166 subs now. So last time I checked, it was just above 160, and now I'm over 165 because I got 166. So I've got more. Well, the most amount of subscribers I thought was about 10. So I'm a lot higher than what I thought I'd get,
Yeah.
which is pretty amazing. I just did this for fun. I didn't do YouTube as a sort of thing for fame or anything like that because I didn't want any of that.
It's just a hobby, really.
I did
Like
it for fun.
TikTok.
I
Yeah,
did it
like
for fun.
TikTok. TikTok's for fun and it's just a hobby. It's just something to do while we can't do anything else, really.
There was a different. There was a difference though.
Oh no, but
TikTok.
that's why I started TikTok, because we can't really do anything and it's
Well,
lockdown and it's something to take your boredom away, isn't it, really?
TikTok. I was on there for 5 months, and then I went up to however many followers I've got now. I'll check for you.
Yeah, well, that's
Cause
why I do TikTok. It's just for fun, really.
Right, so I started TikTok. Let me find go to my first video, and I'll tell you the first video I ever made on TikTok. It was in 2018, on the 11th of December. That's when I started TikTok. Right? I didn't start getting fame until the 4th of... Wait, there isn't 30 months. I've done that wrong. The 12th of November is when I started TikTok. For some reason, this is set in American terms. And on the 30th of April is when I started getting famous on TikTok. Last year in 2019 on the 4th of April, on the 30th of April. And from that video on the 30th of April, it took me from, I think it was about 60 odd followers up to 2,318 followers, which is a lot. And my most liked video was that one last year with 130.5 thousand views. And in that I got 25.5 thousand likes on that video.
Is that the one of Kai?
Yes, it's the one of the dog. Yes.
Yeah.
So that happened, which is pretty
Okay.
normal.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Because you've never explained this before, what console would you rather use, PS4 or Xbox, and why?
Okay, so I'd rather use PlayStation. I'm not gonna say just PS4 because obviously the PS5 is out, and I'd rather use PlayStation and work with Sony on that.
I just said PS4 because we both got one, so.
Yeah, well, I'd rather use PS4 because they have a better graphics card, they have a better sound card, and they have better games that are just PlayStation exclusive, like God of War. They also have the Uncharted series, which is just to do with PlayStation and on Sony. It's not on Microsoft and Xbox. We get certain games that are better than what Xbox get. Yeah, we don't get Halo, and I do admit Halo was a good game because I used to have Xbox 360, if you remember. And yeah, we had Halo. There was Halo, which was really good, which we don't get that. And we don't get Forza. We get Project Cars instead, which I admit that is a bit of a downfall. But we have great games like Uncharted and God of War, which Xbox they can't have that. We can work with virtual reality headsets, whereas Xbox doesn't have a virtual reality headset. So we can have virtual reality and they can't, which is pretty amazing. And the PlayStation runs so much better. There's so many more functions on the PlayStation than what there are on Xbox. So PlayStation is just ultimately better. I know Xbox will probably, somebody from Xbox can list so many things about Xbox that are so good, but they aren't better than PlayStation. What about you?
I'd probably say PlayStation because when we had like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, they had like so many better games than the original Xbox. Like, you know, when we had the first Xbox that came out.
Yeah.
The games on PlayStation was so much better. Like we had Simpsons Hit and Run and stuff, which I'd wish they'd remaster so we could get it on the newer consoles. But PlayStation, I find it's easier to control, and I've gotten used to the controls. Like if I look at Xbox controls now, they look so different to me. Like I know I used to play on the Xbox 360 and the original Xbox, but like the Xbox controls look so different to me now, and they look so hard, so much harder to use. Which I know they're just the same amount. Like they're not harder to use. They're like about the same. It's just because I'm used to the PlayStation buttons. If I played a game that's on PlayStation and Xbox, and I played it on the Xbox, I know that I'd probably forget the controls. And PlayStation's just better. The graphics are so much better. The quality is so much better. It's cheaper, and yeah, it's just better. Really, there's better games on Sony than there is on Microsoft. Really.
I've got two things to say. One, the PlayStation isn't cheaper; it's more expensive, but that's because it's better.
It's cheaper now because they've brought out different versions of the Xbox One. Like they've got the Xbox One S and they've got the Xbox One X,
That
and
doesn't matter.
they're way more expensive.
They did the same with PlayStation. There's PlayStation 4, there's PlayStation 4 Slim, and there's PlayStation 4.
I've got
Um,
PlayStation 4 Slim, which is cheaper than an Xbox One, like Xbox One X or something. Like it's lighter. It's a bit cheaper.
Also, coming back to the story where you said about the Xbox controllers, so what you're saying is you can't adjust.
No, not really. I mean, the Xbox controllers look so different now, and they're heavier and bulkier than the PlayStation controls. Also, with them, you get rechargeable battery packs, and you have to put in batteries. But at the same time, it's easier with the PlayStation controls because all you have to do is plug it in.
Not just that, I also thought of one better game that we also get that Xbox don't, which is Crash Bandicoot. They can't get
Exactly.
that, but we can. I don't know if they can get Spyro. I don't know if they can, but I know we can.
I think they can get Sonic because
We
I know
can
we can
we
get
can get
Sonic.
we can get Sonic. They can get Sonic. Sega works with both of us, Sony and Microsoft.
Mm.
But yeah, that's just one of the things. Yeah, but so right, I just got a comment from codename Demon again. He said we can also get Spider-Man. Xbox also gets Spider-Man. It's not just us. Xbox can get it too. If I remember correctly, I have my friend Tom in Grantham that I talked about. The last time I saw him, he had Spider-Man on Xbox One. So that's just one of the things that happen. He has that too. I can go on Google now and just check like what games we can get, which are just for us. So PS4 exclusive games, and I'll get a list up and then I'll read off the list. And these are the top 10 best games of all time that PlayStation can get. Okay, so we can get God of War. Right, so I'll read them off from 10 onwards. So these are games that Xbox can't get, but we can. And I'm gonna go down the list as in 10 is being the worst of that they've rated, and number 1 being the best that they rated. Okay. So number 10, they said Until Dawn. Uh, this one, I'll read the description about it as well. Um, this game is probably under the radar, and many people have not played. Until Dawn is a cinematic story game that has a house full of friends being stalked by a killer. The choices you make will determine who lives and dies, and how everything plays out by the end. Okay, so that's basically that game. The next one they mentioned is I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm just gonna say Nioh. It's Nioh. So, and it says it's no surprise that further up this list you will find Bloodborne, but Nioh is essentially the samurai Dark Souls that is incredibly challenging, and you can make the case it's actually a lot tougher than Bloodborne. Because I've played Dark Souls, and it was a very challenging game. Alright, here's one that Xbox can't get as well. Number 8 is Shadow of the Colossus. The remastered version of Shadow of the Colossus is better. The Last Guardian just couldn't quite recapture the magic of SOTC. Through it did try, but I thought that it was better for people to revisit the game over The Last Guardian, and it's simply more of a classic. So basically, Shadow of the Colossus, I've already talked to you about that before, not in the podcast, but obviously, I've also posted a video of it, which you can go and watch that. But make sure you finish watching this video first before you go and watch Shadow of the Colossus. Another game, number 7, The Last of Us. This is another remastered entry, which could be higher if I thought it wasn't pushing it by being a remake in the first place. The Last of Us is simply an incredible game, and by the time the PS4 takes its curtain call, you'll absolutely see lists with The Last of Us 2 on it. but for now it's worth it to play the remaster as it holds up over time and is a story worth experience. I'm playing The Last of Us as well. I've done videos on that, so you can watch that if you like. Number 6 is Persona 5. I don't know anything about this game, but I know one of my friends play it. Well, my cousin plays it. My cousin Sam plays it. And it says, it may take a unique appreciation for this genre to like Persona 5, but despite being the 5th in the series, if you give it a chance, it's more accessible than you'd think, and absolutely a game that any PS4 player should take on. If you have a spare 80 hours or so, that is, it may be an investment, but it's worth your time, and you'll love the cast and maybe the entire series by the end. Number 5, like I said, the Uncharted series, but this one is just speaking about Uncharted 4. We can get all Uncharted, whereas Xbox can't get any, and we already know about Uncharted. I don't need to say anything about it. We already know about that. Horizon Zero Dawn, another game that I've heard of, but don't know anything about it. Horizon always looked visually gorgeous in previews, but futuristic tribal people hunting robot dinosaurs seemed like an idea that could have gone very wrong. But in the end, Horizon manages to be incredibly fun while actually telling an enormously interesting science fiction story in the process. It also created one of the best new video game icons of the generation in the form of Aloy, which is a rarity in this day and age. Okay, so number 3, Bloodborne. Bloodborne may not be for everyone, but for the Dark Souls crowd, it is nothing short of a holy grail game. It has the brutal difficulty of that series paired with a much more aggressive combat style. The world is horrifying, as are the monsters, as a new hero, frankly, but it's an unforgettable experience that everyone should attempt to beat at least once. I never did. Bloodborne wasn't one of my games. So, number 2, and turns out Codename Demon was right, Spider-Man. Marvel Spider-Man. While not a movie tie-in, Spider-Man stands alone as a great story for the hero, even if it's not Into the Spider-Verse or Homecoming, and a fantastically fun game that is Insomniac at its best. It has never felt this good to be a superhero, perhaps short of Rocksteady's Arkham games, and this is a game that is just an absolute blast to play for every single moment you have a controller in hand. And then, lastly, number 1, God of War. Far and away, if you ask most people what the best PS4 exclusive has been of this past generation, most will tell you that it's God of War, technically God of War 4. The game is a complete reimagining of the series in a way that could have gone poorly, but instead of elevated it to new heights, the storytelling, the visuals, the combat, it is truly unmatched in the medium, and you can make the case it might be the best game of this generation. God of War also did something different. God of War 1, 2, and 3 was with Greek mythology. The God of War 4, that's on PS4 only, which none of them were on Xbox, but God of War 4, the new one, is set in Norse mythology, which is against gods like Thor and Odin and Loki, people like that. The Stranger, there's so many Norse gods that he fights in that game, and I just think it's incredible too. I wouldn't put it in number 1 though. At number 1, I would put probably Spider-Man, to be honest. I found that a lot better than God of War, so even though it made me angry, I did enjoy Spider-Man a bit more than God of War. But yeah, if you had to pick out one of them 10 games, which one would you say would be your favourite?
Well, I haven't played any of them, so I wouldn't really know, to be honest.
Okay, that seems fair. If you haven't played any of them, that makes sense. So we're coming up to the half an hour mark. So at half an hour, we're going to take a short break. Obviously, because we are going to be here for 2 hours. So while we're off on the break, you can think of more questions while you're on the break. Obviously, Sid, you can do that.
Yeah.
And obviously, Codename Demon, you can think of some more questions if you have any. we're gonna take a break now. So if you need to do anything right now, you've got a short break. You have 5 minutes. Go for your break. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, I am back. You still on your break or are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, so now we can get back to the topic that's going on. Also, we are going to have a break every half an hour because we are going to be here for at least an hour to 2 hours. So, next break will be at the hour mark. So, what did you think of? Either
I couldn't
you
think of any.
or Codename Demon? Like, any questions?
I couldn't think of any, so I'm gonna keep thinking while we carry on.
Okay. If you know there's anything you want to talk about, obviously you can talk on here. That's the point of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like we can talk about any stories that we've both had, like a story in the past that we both were part of.
Actually,
If
yeah,
there's
let's talk about that.
Yeah, but it depends what story, because I can't think of any at the minute. So if there's
Um,
any that you know that you want to talk about, we can do. And it'll probably slowly come back to me.
um, yeah, it's gone.
It's
I
gone.
completely forgot.
Do you remember anything about it?
No, I've completely forgot.
While we wait for it to come back, Codename Demon, if you have any more questions or anything you want to tell, you want us to tell, uh, just put it in the comments and I'll get to it when I can. Obviously, if we're talking about something else, then I'll talk about that afterwards. So, while we wait, we'll wait to see if Codename Demon has anything to ask. Or if you remember the story, obviously, that you were on about telling.
Why don't we talk about when we went to Drayton Manor for your birthday last year?
Because it wasn't that fun.
Well, it was for me.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I didn't go on many rides because a lot of the rides,
No, because Brooke
obviously,
couldn't go on any,
exactly.
and
And I
you didn't
didn't
want her to be left on her own.
exactly the thing that a good boyfriend does.
Yeah, well, it tired you out because you were asleep the whole time home. As soon as we got in the car, you literally fell asleep just as we were leaving the car park.
Good reason for it though.
You were tired.
Oh.
And it is a long drive, especially from where we
Uh,
live. It is a
do you
really
know
long drive.
any funny stories about?
Um,
What about the most funniest story you know that probably happened to you, whether it's involving me or not?
trying to think of one.
Or the scariest story that's happened to you? That'd be one too.
I have a story about the scariest thing that happened to me.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, well, as you may not know, when I've had a bad day, like my mood's been really low or something, I get night terrors and sleep paralysis.
Okay.
Um, it was this one day. It was my mood was really low. It was like a couple of weeks ago, and I went to sleep and had a really bad dream. My dreams were all the same from past experiences that I don't want to talk about and that I don't want to get into. And I get sleep paralysis, and I'd woken up this one night. Sleep paralysis is where you're awake but your brain's not, so you're still dreaming but your eyes are open and you can see, but you can't move at all. And during the sleep paralysis, I saw at least three different demons, plus someone from my past, stood at the end of my bed. And these are people that I don't. This person from my past I haven't seen since I was 5, so that's like 15 years. And these demons, I've never seen them before, and they were also at the end of my bed taunting me, and I couldn't move or scream or talk or anything. And once I'd actually woken up properly, like my brain was awake, they'd disappeared. And it was the scariest thing I've ever had to go through in my life, because if anyone watching this has sleep paralysis, they would know how like really scary it is. So that's one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me.
Alright. The scariest thing that I remember is with my cup that Brooke got me for not Valentine's Day, Christmas, last Christmas, and it was on the freezer in my room. Basically, I believe this house is haunted. Uh, the cup flew off the freezer and landed the right way up next to the bed,
I think I
which,
remember you telling me that.
yeah, I don't think things like that just fall naturally on their own.
Well, the freezer's on the other side of the room to your bed.
Yeah, the freezer's on the other side of the room to my bed, and it flew off the freezer and landed the right way up. Like someone had picked it up and moved it over there and stood it up the right way, which, not not gonna lie, that was really creepy. It definitely scared me and Brooke. I wanted to do this exploration video in the forest, if you remember, the forest and
Yeah.
stuff in where we live. in Slenderman Forest, but I can't because no one's going to come with me. They're all too scared.
I would, but I know for a fact I'll probably have a panic or anxiety attack.
Maybe. That is definitely possible. I mean, I could do it in the day. I could easily do it in the day, and that won't give you a panic attack because it's bright.
Well, not right now because
Lockdown.
quarantine.
Quarantine, lockdown, social distancing. But that'd have to be after quarantine, after social distancing and everything like that. Because you're not allowed outside. So, yeah, that's one of the things. Has that story come back to you yet, Sid?
No, not yet.
No? See, it gets hard to talk about stuff because you get on a podcast and you talk about actually pretty much everything.
Jordan's just messaged me.
Yeah?
His comments aren't going through. They're not coming through.
Well, tell him to just text you the comments then. And then you can tell us what he
I've put
said.
to him, just text me the comments and I'll read them out.
But not all of them at once.
Oh no, obviously not.
If there's a question, you have to wait for us to answer it before you read the next one. I was hoping to have Jordan on this podcast with us today, but
He said he's gonna join the next one.
he'll
Well,
do
he might.
podcast too.
Okay, this is a Fortnite question from Jordan. What do you think Chapter 3 is going to be like when it releases?
Chapter 3.
If he's on about... Wait, is he on about Fortnite? He could mean Season 3, not Chapter 3.
Well, if there even is a chapter 3.
Season 3 is on about Season 3.
He's on about Season 3.
Not Chapter 3, sorry. Season 3.
Right. Okay. So, with Season 3, I think it's going to be great. I've heard some things about it. Apparently the agency's going to be flooded. And stuff like that. That's all I heard about it though. That the agency is going to be flooded. I don't know what else they're going to change. I mean, the rig's destroyed now. The yacht is changed and looks like Deadpool's yacht now. Now Schools is now up at the box factory.
Also, Risky Reels has been added to the map as a named location. It's not a landmark anymore, it's now a named location.
Yeah, it used to be a named location in Chapter 1 as well.
Yeah, and then they
But
took it out and made it a landmark,
made it a
didn't
landmark, and now it's a named location again. Yes,
they? Yeah.
I know that. I think my favourite place to land in Fortnite would probably be the Orchard, or either Sweaty Sands, the Orchard, or Misty Meadows. What about you?
Not chapter 3, season 3 is going to be, I think it's going to be really, really good. Epic has released some information about it and it should be coming out either next month or June, I think. That's what they said. And I think my favourite places to land is Sweaty Sands, Misty Meadows, and the other, oh gosh, what's it called?
You're about the
The
Haven building near Weeping Woods.
No.
Retail Row, Laser Lake,
Retail Row, that one.
Retail Row.
Yeah, because, I mean, you get quite a bit of loot from those places, and sometimes you find some really good, like, weapons and stuff, so
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
snipers. Snipers don't come in chests anymore. You have to kill
No,
henchmen.
snipers are from henchmen,
Or you can
but
get it from the henchman chests, like the special chests.
I can do without a sniper sometimes. I
See,
agree, a sniper helps me get.
I just choose to take a sniper anyway because I need it helps me out near the end of the game.
Well, I agree, a sniper can help me win a victory, which I've had 2 victories so far on my own on solos. Um, but I don't really care about victories. Like, I don't need a sniper. I can just do it for fun.
Okay. Um, what else has John said?
Um, Nothing. He hasn't said anything.
What, is that the only thing he asked?
Yeah, I think so. Um, I'll ask him if he's got anything else.
Yeah, because we can't think. I know Brooke tried to send something and it's not going through either.
Yeah, what did she try to send?
I don't know, I'm waiting for her to text it to me. Because she's going to text me it, so I'll find out when I.
Obviously, there's some sort of problem with YouTube again.
Or it could just be my live stream with the Wi-Fi and stuff.
All that, yeah.
Okay, so she's asking what has been our greatest success in life. So I'll let you answer first because I obviously she asked the question, but I read it out. So you answer
Greatest
first.
success in life.
Your greatest success, yes.
Um, I have about three.
Just tell us the best one.
Um, Finding out what's wrong with me.
How do you mean?
Um, well, last year I got diagnosed with PCOS, and I know it's not a greatest success. Well, it is to me because now I know what's wrong with me and how I can treat myself and how the doctors can help me, and that's gonna make a bigger impact on my life because I know that I can sort this out and keep it under control. That's my greatest success, is knowing what's wrong with me, knowing what I can do, knowing what the doctors can do, and knowing that if I can keep it under control, I can pretty much do anything. So now
Right.
I know what's wrong with me, I know how to keep it under control.
Okay. Um, for me, my greatest success, um, I think would be to get a level 2 diploma in music. And then I've been following that up with my rapping that I do, because I do a lot of rapping and I believe I'm quite good. Like I've got the speed and that, and because I can't do tune when it comes to singing, rapping's all I can do because most rapping is monotone, so it's easier for me to do when it comes to rapping. So I just think it's the level 2 diploma in music. That's my greatest success. Um, she also asked, what would you like to do in your future career?
I want to work in a nursery or own my own daycare. I'm studying childcare at college, and yeah, I just want to work in a nursery, or a
Alright,
primary school, because I'm studying introducing caring for children and young people. So either a primary school or a nursery. That's my goal, to be a teacher
yeah,
for nursery and stuff. You know
okay,
what I mean?
yeah. I
Look after
think
kids.
I'd have to say my future career that I want would be to become a professional rapper and actually sell me on record labels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know it's never going to happen and it's a big dream, but if I put the time and effort into it, I could probably achieve that.
Okay.
Which
Um,
I think I do, but you know.
Jordan's asked, what's the best moment of your lives?
Best moment.
Yeah.
Um, the day I met Brooke.
Yeah.
At first, when I started talking to her in December 2018, and the day when I saw her when we went to Great Yarmouth, well, that week that we went, and I saw her, well, because she was in Great Yarmouth the same year we were, I never thought I'd be talking to her round about years later, in 2018. We were talking from December until March, so
We
December
went in
2018,
2014, so it was like 4 years later.
well, it was from 2018 in December to March 2019, which is when she came over here and we met and we got together that same day. Um, Basically, we started talking in December. We talked for like a couple of days, and then we stopped talking, and then we talked again for like a day in February, and then we stopped talking, and then we started talking in March again. Um, and we got together in March when she came over and met me. That was probably the best moment in my life because someone like Brooke I never thought was actually possible for me to meet. With every girl I ever dated, they either cheated on me, left me after a week, or whatever. But since I got with Brooke, we've been together for a year and a month now. It'll be a year and 2 months next month on the 16th uh, of May. What about you?
Um, the best moment of my life would probably be best moment of my life would probably be um mm, when I first met a few of my best friends. So Jordan, when I first met him in 2016. Um, Connor, when I first met him, I think it was 2 years ago now, and my ex-girlfriend Caitlin, because we're like friends now. And I met her a couple months back. And if it wasn't for those three people, especially Jordan, because I've known him since 2015, but we first met in 2016. If it wasn't for my best friends, especially Jordan, I wouldn't be here now.
I have one question.
hmm
What about Brooke? Because I
Well, I
understand that
haven't
you and her
known.
are really good friends.
Yeah, but I haven't really known Brooke as long as I've known everyone else. But she's helped me quite a bit, especially with college, and I'm thankful for that.
Okay, Brooke did ask another question. She asked if you could change one thing about you, what would it be and why?
If I could change anything about me, my nose. I'd change my nose
And why?
because I hate my nose. I feel like it's way too big, and when I do my makeup, I contour to make my nose look smaller because I don't like my nose.
Okay. If I had to change one thing about me, uh, probably my body type and the way I look.
Why?
The the way I look is because I'm really ugly. I'm ugly as fuck. My body type is because I hate that I have a belly and I'm not skinny. I prefer if I didn't have a belly on me and probably you could see some sort of muscles on me, and I wish my tits didn't jiggle.
Okay.
So that's what I'd change about me.
Okay. Okay. Jordan sent one.
Yeah.
What's your favourite game of all time?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, right now, at this moment in time, it would probably be Shadow of the Colossus because I'm really enjoying that game. I've only done one episode of it, and I haven't played it any more than that. I've just been reading up about it, and to be honest, it is one of my most favorite games at this point. But if I had to say of all time, because that's what you asked, right? Best favorite game of
Yeah.
all time, I'd have to say Crash Bandicoot. At the top, that's at the top of my list. I haven't got the Insane trilogy yet, but I love Crash Bandicoot and I can't wait to get that game. For some reason, I decided to get the Spyro trilogy first, but there we go. It would be Crash Bandicoot. What about you?
Um, Mine, I'd probably have to say either um, GTA or Mortal Kombat. If I had to pick for one, it'd be Mortal Kombat 11 because I'm really enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying like defeating people in the towers and stuff, and the story mode's quite good.
Okay. Um, right. We're coming up on another break in about 4 minutes. So we have time for one more question before we have a break. So, broadcast the question, where would you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years from now? So you can pick which year, how many years you want, either 5 or 10, and then tell me what you think.
Okay, in 5 years, I see myself working at a nursery with an amazing boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance or maybe even married. I just see myself at my dream job progressing better than I am now and feeling a lot better and healthier and happier than I am at the minute.
Okay,
Yeah, I just see myself in a better place in 5 years' time.
in I'm gonna go for 10 years. So, in 10 years from now, I see myself with a record deal and a record label, doing rapping as a job. Probably not gonna happen, but that's what I want to see myself do in 10 years. Just be in a better place and be able to do whatever I want to do because I'll have enough money to. I guess that's just all I really wanted to do my whole life. Well,
In 2 years' time, I see myself driving a car, but I know that's not going to happen.
in 2 years,
Yeah,
I see that
because you've got this
happening.
lockdown which needs to finish, and then I need to get the money to do it. And
But for me, by the end of the year, I think I'm gonna have my driving lesson done. I'm gonna have my
not by
driving
the end of
license.
this year, you're not.
Probably, if the lockdown's over in May, I will
It
be.
depends when lockdown finishes.
Because Job Centre has sent me up with People Plus, and they'll do my driving license and pay for it themselves and give me a 3 week course. And after I pass after 3 weeks, well, I might have to do it twice. I don't know if I'll pass
It
on the
depends
first,
on
but
lockdown.
if I pass on the first try, then I'll be happy.
Yeah, it
But
depends on lockdown, though,
well,
Zach.
after I've done that, the only thing I have to do is pay for the car and the insurance. So it's simple as that.
Mm.
Which the lockdown is supposed to be lifted in the next 5 weeks at best. So, right, we're going on to another break now because we're reaching the hour mark and we've still got another hour to go yet. So, if there's anything you need to do, anything you want to do, anything you think you have to do it. Go now, you've got 5 minutes. Your break starts now. Okay, I'm back. We're just waiting for Sid to get back, and then we can start.
It's not even been 5 minutes, I think like 5 seconds. It's made actually 2 hours to be an hour and a half. It's 2 hours to shoot.
I'm here.
Okay. So, we are just gonna wait for more questions to come through, and then we'll continue. Has that story come back to you yet from earlier?
No. I'm honestly like, I don't know. I'm honestly like, completely mind blank.
Well, I can
I've
say
got
one thing.
a,
I've got hiccups again.
I've got a question from Jordan.
Just before you do, this is the 5th time the hiccups has come back. I swear my body's trying to kill me before I'm even ready to die.
Okay, so there's a question from Jordan. What has been the best moment of this year?
The best moment of this year?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'm far enough in the year to actually say an answer to that yet.
Okay.
Maybe hearing about the arrival for Venom 2, the film. I think that was probably one of the best things that's happened this year so far. It's not out yet, but I've heard about the release, so I'm praying and waiting for that. What about you?
Um, Probably learning to love myself, which I have done in the past week. I've learnt to love myself and starting to see me for me and love me for who I am. I'm starting to like get better on my road to success. Also
Okay.
passing Unit 1, 2 and 3 in college.
Alright. Um, okay, so a question from Brooke is, what are the top 3 cities in the world that you would like to visit one day? 3 being least out of those 3, and number 1 being the top out of those 3. So start from 3 to 1.
3 would be countries or cities.
Cities, Brooke said.
3 would probably be
But
London.
if you say the city and then the country, it makes it easier for other people who don't know where that
3
city
would
is.
be London in the UK, where we are, because I've been there 3 times and it's not that great. I mean,
Can
there
I
is good
just
places in
stop you
London,
right
but
there?
it's not that great.
Just to stop you right there. It is basically places that you've never been before, but you definitely want to go.
Okay, so London's number 4 then.
Yeah, so start from 3 to 1 again, but this time say places
Okay,
that you've never been.
3 would be Rio de Janeiro is it in Brazil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there, because obviously, like, it doesn't look that great. I mean, it'd be nice to go because it'll be warm, but I don't know. Um, 2 would be Miami in the US because I've never been to the US ever, and they filmed Austin and Ally there, and I just want to see like the places. And 1 would be Paris because it's my favourite city. I've never been, but it's my favourite city, and I just want to see the Eiffel Tower and experience Paris's, I want to experience the food and stuff.
Alright,
And I want to experience going up the Eiffel Tower. So
okay. So, number 3 for me would probably be Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the sightseeing. It's got some really beautiful sights. It, some some places are nice to see, other places are not. But it's like that wherever you go. Sorry about the hiccups. This is gonna carry on until an hour and a half, so just be prepared for that. Number two would probably be Cologne in Germany. It has one of the best theme parks there called Phantasialand. It is one of the best theme parks in the world. So I'd love to go there. And then number one, my all-time top would be LA in the US because it it's a big place and I'd like to see all the sights there. The same as Amsterdam. I'd like to see all the sights. And if while I'm there, if I do some rapping on the street, I might actually get noticed for that. So that would be good. Do you want to ask any more? Because if not, I can carry on,
Yeah.
Brooke.
Where's the worst place you've ever been?
That's all mine.
Where's the worst place you've ever been? Right, I've ever been. The worst place?
Yeah.
Probably Boston in the UK. The town was really terrible. Just didn't like Boston. What about you?
Skegness.
Okay, yeah,
Because
I don't.
well,
Okay.
people from our past live there, and I don't know, I just don't like the place. It's a complete and utter, you know,
Right. Well, here's another one for
I
Brooke.
don't really want to swear, so
I get that.
it's a mess. It's a mess.
Which one?
Here's another one for Brooke. What is the thing you're most proud of?
There you go. When you're proud of it.
Thing I'm most proud of. Um, Getting through these past 9 years, because they haven't been the easiest 9 years, and pretty much just being able to survive the battles I've been through these past 9 years and get through everything and stay strong. Staying strong, really.
Okay. The thing I'm most proud of, is probably getting past my depression. It's still gonna be there, like it's there with you for life, but I don't really think about it anymore. It's not a thing that's taken over my life as much anymore. I managed to get past that.
Mm.
Before I carry on, what?
And who helped you with depression? Yeah.
Right, okay. Any more from John, or can I carry on with
No,
Brooks?
carry on with books.
Would you rather own a dragon or be a dragon?
I'd rather be a dragon,
Why?
because you could fly anywhere and do anything you want. Like, you'd be a free dragon, hopefully.
Yes, but you'd get hunted down because of the past that dragons have.
I'd be a dragon that could talk. I'd be like Pete's dragon. I'd be only visible to one person.
Okay. Me, I'd rather own a dragon.
Why?
Well, I'd have a dragon like Toothless that knows everything.
Mm.
Easy. But I'd have to have a dragon that was in the Harry Potter films or and books. Definitely. Probably the one that Harry had to fight in Goblet of Fire. Can't remember the name of it. Bulgarian. It was a Bulgarian something. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Can I carry on, or as John caught me one again?
No, just carry on.
Right. If there were no consequences for a day, what would you do?
No consequences for a day.
Mm.
Um, what, like robbery, no consequences for anything illegal?
There's no consequences. That's the only context I've got here. So I'm gonna say yeah, yeah, probably.
Um,
We'll see how much of a criminal you want to be.
well, I know it's illegal to walk down roads like the A1 and the M1 and stuff, so I'd probably take a walk down the A1 or the M1.
It's not illegal. It's just dangerous.
No, it is illegal.
Oh.
So I'll probably take a walk down there, 'cause why not? You know, it'd be a nice walk.
Well, I have one word to say about that question.
Yeah,
Purge.
purge.
I would purge. I'll start the purge.
Okay. Start a riot.
No, not a riot. I'll start a
No, I
purge.
would. I'd start
A
a
riot
riot.
a riot is different. Purge is killing people. A riot isn't killing people. That's just breaking into shops
I'd
and
start a riot and walk down the A1 or M1 with loads of people, so we could go start like a protest. I don't even know what the protest would be about, but it'd just be a protest.
all right. Next one,
Last one is me as well.
and it's the last one that Brooke had was: would you rather be able to play every musical instrument or speak every language fluently?
I'd want to speak every language fluently.
Why?
Because if I meet people from different countries, like online, I can talk to them in their language and they won't need to translate, or I won't need to translate. And I just think it'd be really cool.
Okay. Me, I'd rather play every musical instrument because then I know I'd have a chance to get into the music industry or be part of a band.
Mm.
So that's pretty cool, I guess. We've still got another 15 minutes near on until we're ending this because I'll end it in an hour and a half because these hiccups are doing my head in.
Oh, Jordan's just said, what's your favourite superhero or film?
Oh, this is an easy one for me. I can answer both of those, so I think you
Yeah.
should too. My
Yeah.
favourite superhero is Spider-Man.
Oh God.
Definitely Spider-Man. The way he moves when he swings and all of that'd just be awesome to do.
You watched it.
And then my favourite movie would probably be Spider-Man Far From Home. That was one of the best superhero movies I've seen in my eyes. It'd either be Spider-Man Far From Home or Avengers Endgame. Any one of those two, and that they just sold me.
Mm.
What about you?
My favourite superhero is Spider-Man because he's just really, really cool and I like his suit. My favourite movie isn't like a Marvel DC film. It's not even like, it's not a favourite like superhero film. It's just the Bridget Jones trilogy that starts with Bridget Jones' Diary, Bridget Jones' Edge of Reason, and Bridget Jones's Baby,
I have one
because
question for Jordan, by the way.
they're the
After,
best. Yeah, but those movies are like the best breakup movies of all time.
all right. One question, Jordan. Did you mean superhero movie or did you mean just any movie in general? No, all we have to do is wait for him to reply,
Yeah.
which is good because I'm finishing.
He said any.
Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say if it was any superhero movie, then you've really failed that question.
No, he said any.
Well, if it's any movie, then my favourite movie would be John Wick.
Yeah.
The whole trilogy. I think my favourite John Wick film was probably the first one.
My favourite's the second one.
What? John Wick.
Yeah.
Okay.
The third one's really good though.
We've got just under 15 minutes until we finish, so we need more
Uh,
questions.
Not at the minute.
I can't think of any. Can you think of any? Ask some more questions then. Sorry, Brooke's sat in the background over there.
I can't really think.
Oh, Brooke's sending some more questions over. Well, one question at a time. Last time she sent 5 questions and we had to get through them one by one. She didn't slow down. So yeah, one question. Then after you've answered, you can send another.
What's your favourite food and why?
Favorite food? I don't have one. Food is
Really?
food is food. Literally,
Oh.
food is just food.
Oh.
It goes through your system. You eat it. You shit it. What about you?
Pizza. Because I love Italian food and pizza is Italian.
Okay.
Jordan
Mario's a
said,
plumber.
what's your favourite GTA game and why is it the best?
GTA 5. By far. The
Why
reason
is it
why
the best?
it's the best because there's more stuff you can do in it during online and in the story mode. I do admit, and people are gonna hate me for saying this, in the story mode I killed Trevor. I didn't want to, but the first time I played it, I spared Trevor and did the death thing. I'd seen Michael's death before, so I wanted to see Trevor's, so I killed Trevor. And that was a big mistake because now I can't use Trevor in story mode. What about you?
San Andreas. By far. It was just the best game, but the best GTA I ever played. I agree that GTA 5 is good, but I like San Andreas.
Okay. Brooke asked, if you could have any superpower, what would it be, and why?
Oh, this is a good one. Invisibility.
Why?
Because you can torment people while you're invisible and they won't know what's doing it. You can make people think that their house is haunted. You can do all sorts with invisibility.
Okay. My superpower would be teleportation. Have you seen the film
Why?
Jumper before?
Yeah, we've got it on DVD.
That is why. I could just see a picture and then I could jump straight there.
Yeah.
Brooke also asked, would you rather time travel to the past or the future?
The past.
Why?
Because there's a lot of things in my past that I'd like to change.
That makes sense. Me, I'd rather travel to the past too. Because basically in the past I could change everything I've ever done. And I'd probably have better grades than school. I wouldn't have done all the drugs that I did in college either. I would have been past all of that. So,
Jordan said, who would you rather be, Venom or Batman?
oh, hard question because Venom's both, but Batman doesn't have any superpowers. Well, saying that, neither does Venom. Venom's a symbiote. I'd probably be Venom. Because then I could be a bad guy and a good guy. A bad guy to the people who are bad guys, and a good guy to the people who are good guys, and a good guy to the bad guys. What about you?
Venom. 100% because, one, I don't like DC. And I know people are going to hate me, but I really don't like DC. And I don't like Batman. And Venom because I just think Venom's really cool.
Right. Brooks asked, where would you go in case of a zombie apocalypse?
Where would I go? Probably to maybe a cave, either in the mountains or underground. Or if I could find one of those bomb shelters that people used to have, like when World War II was going on, I'd probably go in one of there, get loads of supplies like water, food, everything I'd need,
Yeah.
and hide myself in there and make sure I've got enough supplies to last me like a while until I need to go get some more. And I probably have people stay with me as well, just so I know that like people close to me are safe.
Okay. First off, I'd go somewhere like Tesco. Get get all the supplies I need. That would last me a good few years.
Obviously, that's what I'd do first, but I'd obviously go to a bomb
Yeah.
shelter.
I'd do that, and then I'd go to a prison.
Yeah.
Hence, the prison is heavily guarded, so we could take shelter in there, and the zombies won't get past the fence, because most high security prisons now have electric fences. Any more from Jordan?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what he means.
Just say it to me, and I can probably help.
Who would you have in the zombie apocalypse? I think he means who would you have with you, but I'm not entirely sure.
Basically, if you had a crew, we'll say a number, say a crew of 5 people, who would be in your crew in a zombie apocalypse?
Let me just figure it out because he's typing. He put with you, so like, yeah, in a crew.
Yeah, basically,
So,
we'll say if you had a crew of 5 people, so who would be the 5
5
people you
people.
pick? So I'll pick first, obviously, because
Yeah, you pick first.
I'd have me, obviously, that's 1, but then there's five people that I need to have with me, so that'd be Brooke. Jordan would definitely come with me. Gamers need to stick together. My cousin Sam. Uh, uh, Trying to think who else I have with me. Probably Tom. And then that's all I can think of, really. That actually have come with me, because I know the sort of people who would die first. So
Yeah.
I just pick the people that I know would survive. The only reason Brooke could survive is because I'm there to keep her alive.
You what?
Right.
What about you?
Mine's a really bad idea, but obviously me. The other 5 people would be Jordan, Mum, Dad, Matt, and you.
Me and Jordan's a good idea. Matt is a good idea. I think the only bad idea would be Mum.
Having Mum and Matt having Mum and Dad in the same room.
Yeah. Me, Jordan, and Matt are a good idea because we're all gamers. We know what to do.
Dad wouldn't get along with Mum or Matt at all, and it'll just be arguing all the way through. But they're the 5 people I'd want with me.
Okay. Well, we've got 5 minutes till the end. So, we have time for one more question. So, okay, Brooke's done one. If you have the option to never have to sleep again, or never have to eat again, which would you choose and why? This one's super easy to answer.
I'd choose
First thing what came to my head.
never have to eat again because I'm tubby. I'd want to lose this weight. It's a hard one for me to answer because I like eating too much and I like sleeping too much, but I'd probably have to say eating because I don't eat much anyway.
Okay. Me, I'll choose to never sleep again. Because,
Why?
well, I don't really have an answer for why, except for sleep is for the weak. You know, sleep is for the weak. So
I'd rather sleep when I'm dead.
yeah, I'd never sleep. I'd never sleep again. Super easy, super quick, and we've got 4 minutes, so we can have 1 or 2 more questions. I'll say 2 more questions. One more from Brooke and one more from Jordan. The first one that gets the message gets to be answered first.
Go on, say.
I'm just waiting for Jordan to type.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Brooke. I mean, they're the only 2 people asking us questions.
True. They're like having a race to see who's gonna ask first.
I bet.
Right, Jordan. You
Okay.
put, what one song would you have if you got stuck on an island?
What song would you have if you got stuck on an island?
Yeah.
I want to have one song. I'd have a whole album.
Yeah, but if you had to pick one, what would you pick?
Mad Hatter by Avenged Sevenfold.
Why?
Because it's an awesome song. That's why I said I couldn't pick one. That's why I wanted to have the album.
Ah, right, okay.
I'd have every album by Avenged Sevenfold because I love their songs. What about you?
Mine would have to be, I'd Rather Drown by Set It Off.
Okay. What? Why?
Because it's about building bridges with people. Like when you build a bridge with people and you either fall out with them or if you're with them and they've disrespected you or I don't know, they've not so much disrespected you, it's more like I can't think of the word. What's the word? It's not so much disrespected you, it's when they betray you and you just wanna and that bridge is just broken. It says in the song it says burn that bridge down and never want to cross that bridge again. It's basically about that, and I think it's basically the perfect song because you're stuck on an island and there's water everywhere and you just want a
Right.
bridge. I don't know.
Okay. Last question. Would you rather have endless money or endless love?
Endless love.
Why?
Because if you have endless love, you know that you're going to be loved forever. You know that no matter what, this person's going to stick beside you and you're going to stick beside them, no matter what.
Okay. I would have. This is hard to choose because I'd like both. Picking one, I'd probably have to say endless love. Uh, I can't think of life without Brooke. I can't think of a life without Brooke in it. If I had endless money,
Yeah.
I'd be miserable because money doesn't buy happiness. So,
Money doesn't buy love either. Money's pointless. If all you want is to be loved and to have love in your life, money's pointless. money doesn't matter to me. Money's pointless. It doesn't matter at all to me.
Okay, we've come to the end of the Ritzcast. I don't know why I clapped. I just thought that would be a good idea. So now, it's time to say goodbye. And the next time we'll have a Ritzcast is when I find another guest. Obviously, we can feature you again at some point, Sid, but it can't be in the next one because the next one has to be somebody different.
Okay.
But you could obviously be in the third one, I guess, depending what happens. So, thanks for watching the Ritzcast. I've been your host, Ritzcast Gaming. My guest was Sid. Say bye.
Oh, bye. Sorry, I didn't know if I was supposed to say something, but bye.
Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be part of the ROG squad. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload or when I go live. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.